Hey guys, welcome to my July 20th DVD update. It's been about 3 weeks since my last update. Sorry for the delay. Well, I'm going to show you all the DVDs I've gotten over the last 3 weeks. The first DVD I got is Reno 911, the complete 6th season. I got this from Paramount. Now, this season they added in 2 new characters. I think, yeah, 2 new characters. One character was the guy who's in, like, Superbad, and a lot of the Judd Apatow films is, like, the sort of weird character. He's usually like the teacher. He's kind of like the perverted guy. Well, he's now in this. But the one woman and the one guy who did the voice of Rocco in the show Rocco's Modern Life, the gray-haired guy, I think his name was Carlos or something like. I don't remember exactly what his name was. Well, he left. Both of them left this season. I don't know exactly why or what happened, but I don't know. This season is not as good as the other ones. There's still funny parts in it. I watched all the episodes though. I feel like this show though was far better in the beginning. I don't know. I think it got stale after a while. It's like one of those shows when it's like, how many more of these can you keep making? It's like it was good in the beginning, but just, you know, you don't need to go forever. You know what I mean? It's okay though. It's not bad. It's just not the greatest. And the next Blu-ray I got is the Nicolas Cage's new film Knowing, and I actually missed seeing this in theaters. And it's funny, the trailer for this made it look like it was this real, like, you know, it didn't look so good, the trailer. Made it look like it was just like all these explosions and all this stuff the whole time, and it wasn't that at all. It's basically, there was this time capsule that was buried in the 50s, and this one girl put all these numbers in the thing because she was hearing these things, and they dig the time capsule up, and Nicolas Cage's son ends up getting the paper that the girl wrote all these numbers on, and it turns out the numbers all mean dates of natural disasters, and he's trying to put everything together and figure out all the clues. I don't know, it's actually pretty interesting though. I actually ended up liking this a lot more than I thought I was. But, I don't want to ruin anything about it, but it's definitely different than I thought it was. Much different. It's worth watching though, I really did like it. The next one is a very strange movie. And I didn't even really hear about this. I saw a review of it. The review wasn't very good, but I'm like, it looks interesting, and I like the actors in it, so I don't know. And it's Night Train, and it's a Danny Glover, Leelee, Sobieski, I can never say the name right, and Steve Zahn, who's doing more super serious movies lately. He used to be doing all these comedies, like, you know, Saving Silverman and stuff, but he's changing his ways. But this basically is about a group of passengers on a train, and when you're first watching this, you're going to be thinking, what year is this? Is this like the 30s or 40s? And then you see them on cell phones, you're like, wait, what? It's like, don't worry about it. It's set whenever it's set. Maybe in this version of the 30s they had cell phones. Because like everything about it seemed old. But, you know, I don't know. There was a lot of problems with this movie. Well, the one guy comes on the train makes a stop at this like little in the middle of nowhere place. This guy ends up getting on the train, and he's carrying this package. The guy on the train ends up overdosing and dying. And then they look in the package. Steve Zane's character like looks in it, and they both like look in it, and then they look in this thing. It's like this weird box, and he sees jewels. Yes, it's very strange. And then they're like, oh, we got to keep these jewels. So then they end up finding ways to dispose of the body. Then it ends up being all this like murder mystery. Something about it was reminding me of like, welcome to the murder mystery ride above the cruise liner. By the end of this movie, you will find out who did it. I don't know, it just seemed very strange. And after you watch this, you didn't really learn much, and not much was accomplished. And the thing about this movie too, there was some really bad train CGI. Like the train, I thought they could have at least gotten some stock footage of trains like going through the snow, and they could have just darkened it later. Instead, they used all these CGI shots of trains and the tracks. The train itself, there was a few shots of a real train. They probably could move it back on the track for about, you know, a couple hundred feet or not even a mile, and then they used this fake stuff. I don't know. Very peculiar looking CGI. It was reminding me of like the Langoliers. Like the one downfall to that movie was a good movie, but that CGI killed those scenes with that train, with the plane. The next one I got is from Paramount, the Econoline Conspiracy, and it's just basically about they're getting this one guy's in China, and he gets sent this phone, and basically he keeps getting text messages, do this, go to this casino, do this, and then ends up winning money from it. I don't know, I to tell you the truth, I got kind of bored with this thing. I don't know. It was like one of those kind of movies that I do not like, and that's all I'm going to say on it. boring. The next one I got, and this is I got sent to the P.O. Box, and I actually like this a lot. It's unconventional, and it was shot at the 2000, either 2001, 2, or 3. I couldn't figure out exactly when, Chiller Theater Convention. And it basically follows around Tiffany Shepis and Gunnar Hansen at the convention, and you see all these really strange fans, see what they do, see all the stars getting drunk. And I always go to the Chiller convention, usually October. I wasn't there this year, though. I don't think I started going until the year Pee-wee went, which I think was either 2005 or 6. But Chiller Theater, if you're into horror conventions, that's probably, and I think that is the best. The Fangoria ones, I've not been to those. There's one of them in New York and California. And I'm actually going this Tuesday to Comic-Con, which is all, a lot of people think, oh, is that all comic books? That's like, no, it's film, TV, all that. But if you can find this, I would definitely check this out. Really cool documentary on the convention. There's another one of these I have. It's like Chiller something or other. But there's a lot of documentaries made there, but this one's a really good one. And then I got, at Amoeba Records, when I was in California, I went to Amoeba Records, and this is one of the things I got there. I got other stuff there as well. But this is Critters 3, and this is the one of the Critters movies you don't see many places anymore. You see part 1 everywhere, you see part 2, you don't see this one. And it's the one with Leonardo DiCaprio. I started watching this with MJ on the train, and I realized this one's not the greatest. It was basically the critters end up in the apartment building. I used to think it had like a similarness to Troll, but it doesn't. It's kind of boring. It's alright, though. The best Critters, though, is the first one. And the next one I got, when I was in California, I went to Fry's Electronics, which I'd never been to before. And I was thinking, it had this like Hawaiian look to it. So I was like, when I went there, I was thinking, is Fry's like a Hawaiian store? And then Wet Movie, Brendan Mitchell was like, no, they're all themed after certain things. So some of them are themed after spaceships and all this stuff like. But it's a weird store. It's like some of the DVDs are here, but then you go through all these other aisles, and like electronics and all these weird things. Then at the end, there's like kids movies. Then over there is like horror. They're not all together like Best Buy or other stores. They're spread out all over the place in this bad way. I don't know. It's an interesting store, but I think Best Buy's a bit better. But I got this movie there, which I have not seen before, called, it's Fred Owen Ray's film from Retro Media, which I don't know what's going on with that company. I haven't seen a lot from them lately. But it's called Scalps, and the cover's better than the movie. But I did actually really like this movie. It's about these, like, well, it starts off with this hunter guy, like this old explorer guy. He's like talking about how excited he is to go out into the desert and dig up Indian stones and stuff. But then all of a sudden he's like, the kids are there to go with him. He's like, oh, something came up and I've decided, you go and I'll meet you there. So I'm guessing maybe the old guy here's what really happened. Well, the budget of this movie sucks, and I don't think I want to stay out in the desert too much, so you guys go and I'll meet you at the end for my cameo. That's what I think happened, because I think it was meant for him to be like going with them, and all of a sudden he didn't do it. Well, that's just my guess. But these kids go out there, and I mean kids are supposed to be college kids, but all of them were pushing 40. Well, at least most of them were. Well, they go out to dig up these arrowheads and stuff, and then the whole time they're seeing like visions of Indians, and then the one guy ends up turning into one. It's very peculiar. I did like this though, and the one shot in the beginning, there was a shot with this weird lion, which was the coolest thing in the movie, and apparently wasn't even supposed to be there. It was like this lion that at first like, and I will say though, the synth music in this was great though. This is definitely worth checking out. It was only $3 at Fry's. And this is a show, so I did not see when it was on. It's called Eastbound and Down, which I hopefully they make another season of this. It's an HBO show, which I totally missed. And it's from the writer and director of Observe and Report, which I know a lot of people didn't like. I actually really like that. And it's Danny McBride is the star of this. And he's plays this washed-up baseball player who is very popular, like a Cal Ripken, really huge guy, really popular. And then all of a sudden he screws up, becomes a flop, and has to end up moving in with his brother. And then he ends up having to get a job as a gym coach at a school. And the whole time he's acting like he's better than everyone. And he's trying to get his career back going, but he's a big alcoholic and into drugs and everything. It's a very funny show. I would definitely check this out. Next one I got, and I don't know why I wanted to see this. I thought it was good, and then it wasn't. It's Confessions of a Shopaholic. I don't know. I didn't even get through it. The next one, though, I really liked. It's from the Lucille Ball Specials. The first one was better than the second, though. It's Lucy Gets Lucky, and it's the first one. It's Lucy going to Vegas, and she ends up meeting Dean Martin. She wants to see Dean Martin's show, and I couldn't figure out the whole time if she was supposed to be Lucy, like the popular Lucy that people knew of, you know, from I Love Lucy, the actress, or I could never figure out exactly. I think this was based, though, off of the show, which I never saw, that other Lucy. There was 2 different Lucy shows after the I Love Lucy. There was Lucy Hour or something, I don't know. I did not see them. And I think some of them just came back out to DVD. But this one was her in Vegas. There was some very cool stuff in Vegas. And the other one was 3 of 2, which was Jackie Gleason, which was okay. It was like 3 different stories about love and then all kinds of issues and stuff. The Lucy Gets Lucky, though, was really good, though. The next one I got is Children of the Corn on Blu-ray, and I got this for a really good price. And it's actually not even out anywhere unless you go to Best Buy exclusively. It's going to be in stores, I think, in August something everywhere. But I think I price matched this Best Buy. They don't like price matching. I price match it to like $15 or something to Walmart's price or something. They did a good price match on this. I always do that at Best Buy. They always go when I come to do it. It's like, all right. I said to them once, I have a DVD addiction and I like to get all the deals I can get. And they're like, fine. But I haven't gotten to look at this yet. But this has a bunch of new stuff on it. If you haven't seen Children of the Corn, it's actually being remade now into a TV series or something. It's some kind of a TV remake, which I don't exactly know why they're doing it. But it's about this couple that goes out, I think on vacation, ends up getting lost in this town where all the kids have taken over. I liked it though. Very cool movie. So these are all stuff I got now at Amoeba Records, and I haven't got to look at a lot of this stuff yet. Like I said, since I've been so busy, I was lucky to get to watch what I did. But this is I got at Amoeba Records. This is something I hear about so much. It's called Evil Ed, and a lot of people have talked about this. I think it's basically he edits a movie or something and then starts going crazy. Another one I got, which is one I don't remember everything about it, but I really did like it. It's Peter Sellers in Being There. It was only $13 on Blu-ray. Very cool movie. This one is a knockoff of Gremlins that I think I only saw it on Mystery Science Theater years ago. It's called Hobgoblins. It's kind of a mix of Gremlins and Critters. I don't know. I remember it being really bad but good, though. But I have not seen this in years. And then another one I got there that looked interesting. I like Killer Bee movies. Like Savage Bees is one that I keep on waiting to come to DVD or Blu-ray or whatever. Well, Blu-ray holdings. But it's called Savage Bees. It's a great Killer Bee movie. And, you know, it's all real bees. Like, now they do these Killer Bee movies, are all these bad CG effects. But this is another one that I don't think I've seen before. I might have, though. It's called The Swarm. And this was another one that was out of print that I found there. And this one I got that looked interesting. Like I said, I haven't gotten to look at these things. Hopefully in the next update I might talk about some of them. I already have a few other things to show for it, though. The next, and I'm going to have a lot from Comic-Con. This is called End of the Line. And I think it's about, like, some kind of monsters on a train or something. And this is another one I got there. That was one I was interested in watching. Was called The Woods Have Eyes. It's one of those cheapy Echo Bridge movies, but it looked interesting, though. And I also got from the Shout Factory set, and I haven't gotten to look at these, but I don't even know if I ever watched these shows as a kid. And a lot of people are like, "You didn't?" I don't think I did. And it's Transformers, More Than Meets the Eye. It's the complete first season of the show. And I'm going to look over these. I want to show them, so I don't, just to make sure I get to show these things. And G.I. Joe, Season 1.1, and I don't think I've ever seen an episode of this thing in my entire life. I saw those clips people used to make on E! Bombs World and then got taken down. But that's all I remembered seeing of these. But I will mention these in the update. And then some of the other things I got, like I said, I'm really sorry I didn't get to watch everything, but there's just, I couldn't pull time out of my arse. There just wasn't time. And I got this because I went in this weird video store, and what was it called? Some weird place in California. This was like $1. It's the band visit. It's about this band. And where was it? I don't remember what was shot. I remember really liking this though. I saw it in theaters, and there's Russian band or something. I don't remember exactly. Moscow band or something, and they end up staying in this hotel. It's just about their lives. That was very good. And then I also got 12 Rounds sent from Fox, which I still have to talk about, and Van Wilder Freshman Year from Paramount, the unrated edition, which I still have to watch. Yes, I've got a lot of stuff to watch still. And then I got these, which I glanced at. For these were really cheap at Fry's as well. And this is the Brain Machine and Astro Fiend. These are these weird Grindhouse Shock things from 2007, which I've never seen anywhere else before. And I got this one because I really love the film Carnival of Blood, and I wanted to see if it was a better looking print of it. Because the print from the other print that was out from Something Weird was kind of bad, and this one was actually cut up. There was a shot in the movie, I don't know if anyone cares, but when it opened, the opening credits, this one head gets split in half, and that was gone. There's a lot of stuff missing from this version of Carnival of Blood. And then the last two I got at the Chop Shop or something when I was in Connecticut. It looked interesting, called Raging Sharks. I don't know. It looked like it had this cool cheesiness to it with sharks. And then H.G. Wells' First Man on the Moon, which looked cool, which I've never seen before. Like I said, I'm really sorry that I haven't gotten to watch all these things. I got to watch a decent amount for only having like maybe 4 days to actually look at stuff, so I tried to watch as much as I could in that amount of time. But the next update is going to be much better, and I'm going to have time to... Well, I'm going away to Comic-Con, but the next update will probably be about 2.5 weeks from now, and I should be able to have watched a lot more stuff, hopefully. Well, anyway, thanks again for everyone for subscribing and for watching, and look forward to seeing you all, so some of you at Comic-Con, and see you all later.